Hey everyone, and welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking a truly fascinating story that really gets right to the core of our human potential. We so often look outside of ourselves for the hurdles that are blocking our path, right? We blame the economy, our current circumstances, or a lack of resources. But what if the absolute greatest obstacle you will ever face isn't actually out there in the world, but literally right between your ears? Our mind is a brilliant, powerful tool for sure, but when it's left unchecked, it can so easily become our own worst enemy. So in this explainer, we're going to walk through a profoundly simple framework for taking back control of your thoughts, and it's all drawn from a pretty incredible motivational story. Let's dive right in. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like your own mind is actively working against you? Really take a second to reflect on that. If you're a focused learner, maybe someone trying to build a business, ace a huge exam, or honestly just trying to improve your life, you probably know exactly what this feels like. It's that sudden wave of procrastination when you know you need to be working, or it's that crippling fear of failure before you even start a project, or maybe it's that sneaky imposter syndrome whispering that you just don't belong in the room. Well, the truth is we all battle this. And to understand how to actually win that battle, we need to look at a specific case study. All right, Section 1, the weights of doubt. Ethan's internal battle in Colorado. So meet Ethan. He's a 17-year-old living in a small town in Colorado. Now, Ethan is highly ambitious. He has this deep, burning dream of becoming a successful entrepreneur. But every single day, he wakes up to this heavy, paralyzing burden. And it's not a physical weight, but a mental one. It's this constant internal loop whispering to him, "You're not smart enough. You'll fail." I mean, imagine trying to build a future when your internal monologue is just a constant, unbroken stream of negative self-talk. It's exhausting. It's basically this invisible friction that holds so many incredibly capable people back from ever pursuing their goals. Moving on to Section 2, A Veteran's Wisdom, Meeting Mr. Johnson in the Park. Picture this. Ethan is sitting alone in a park one day, and he's looking visibly defeated, just totally drained. That's when he happens to cross paths with an old, retired U.S. Army veteran named Mr. Johnson. The veteran immediately notices the weight this young guy is carrying, and he simply asks him why he looks so worried. And Ethan just confesses his deepest struggle. He tells the old man, "My mind never stops. It fills me with fear and doubt. It's just a statement of pure mental exhaustion." Ethan isn't physically tired. He is entirely worn out by the constant overwhelming nature of his own unmanaged thoughts. Okay, Section 3, The Two Wolves, the metaphor of the two stones. So Mr. Johnson smiles, reaches down, and he hands Ethan two small stones. He tells Ethan to imagine that these stones represent two wolves living inside his mind. On one side, we have the wolf of fear, and this guy is fueled by laziness, anger, and doubt. It basically represents the default setting of our incredibly self-sabotaging human brains at like 3 a.m. But on the other side, there's the wolf of courage, embodying discipline, confidence, and hope. It represents our absolute most empowering qualities. And this perfectly juxtaposes the two competing forces that live inside all of us. It's a clear binary choice happening in our brains every single day. Hearing this, Ethan, who remember is an aspiring entrepreneur just trying to figure out how to succeed, looks at the veteran and asks the absolute most logical, crucial question of the entire story. Which wolf becomes stronger? Mr. Johnson looks right into Ethan's eyes and delivers this iconic answer. He says, "The one you feed every single day." Wow, right? It is such a simple statement, yet it contains a massive paradigm shift. Your mind is not this fixed entity permanently set to negative or positive, not at all. It is highly adaptable. Your thoughts and feelings are the direct result of your daily habits, and this single realization that you are actively in charge of which side of your mind grows stronger completely changed the entire trajectory of Ethan's life. Which brings us to Section 4, Feeding the Right Wolf. Taking action and changing habits. So, what happened? Well, the very next morning, Ethan didn't just sit around thinking about imaginary wolves. He completely stopped his old habit of doom-scrolling social media for hours, a habit which, by the way, was actively feeding his fear and his laziness. Instead, he built a brand new operating system. He woke up early to take immediate control of his day. He exercised to build physical discipline. He read 10 pages of a book to feed his mind, and he wrote down 3 specific goals for the day. These aren't just random tasks. They are highly specific, actionable steps designed to deliberately feed the wolf of courage. Now, of course, the negative thoughts didn't just magically disappear forever. The old neural pathways were still there, but now Ethan had a defense mechanism. Whenever those dark thoughts of doubt crept back in, he used this question as a daily mental filter. He'd ask himself, am I feeding the wolf of fear or the wolf of confidence? The moment a negative thought popped up, he caught it. He interrogated it. He recognized that indulging in that thought was actively feeding the wrong wolf, and so he consciously chose to redirect his attention right back to his goals and his discipline.
And finally, Section 5, Defeating Your Own Mind. From the bedroom to the stage.
You've got to watch how this compounds. In just a matter of days of feeding the right wolf, Ethan's mind actually became calmer. And as weeks turned into months, that calmness hardened into strong confidence. And he finally took the leap and launched his online business right from his bedroom. And get this, just 1 year later, his transformation was so remarkable that he was invited to speak at a youth conference in New York. This perfectly illustrates how consistent, small internal daily choices to feed courage can lead to massive, undeniable external results over the course of just a single year.
When Ethan took the stage in New York, he shared a truly profound realization. He told the audience, I didn't defeat the world. I defeated the voice inside my own mind. Think about that. It wasn't the market he conquered. It wasn't the social media algorithm or his competitors or his small town circumstances. The only thing he actually conquered was his own self-doubt. And when he shared that truth, the New York audience gave him a standing ovation because they recognized the universal truth in his words.
So as you go about your life and your own learning journey, I want you to remember Ethan's story. We really cannot always control what happens around us, right? Life is totally chaotic. Markets crash, opportunities fall through, and completely unexpected challenges are going to pop up. But you always retain absolute control over what you allow to take root and grow inside your mind. By consciously choosing to feed your courage, your discipline, and your hope every single day, you literally transform your mind from your biggest enemy into your absolute greatest strength. And that's why I want to leave you with one final, pretty important question today. Take a real look at your morning routine today. Look at the way you spoke to yourself when you made a mistake. Look at the media you consumed. And look at the actions you actually took. Be brutally honest with yourself. Which wolf are you feeding today? The choice is entirely yours. Keep learning, keep focusing on what you can control, and we'll